Good morning. My name is Samuel R. Lucero, and this is my interpersonal communications project for SER 508 Studies in Interpersonal Communications. Interpersonal communication as the type of a kind of a communication that happens when the people involved talk and listen in ways that maximize the presence of the personal. This is what Stewart said in his book. Peterson said, "If then you go beyond skill to increase your empathy, uniqueness, and warmth, you'll tap into a reservoir of healthy humanness that'll put wheels on your techniques." Burley Allen said, "Speech is a joint game between the talker and the listener against the forces of confusion. Unless both make the effort, interpersonal communication is quite hopeless." Norbert Wiener, The Human Use of Human Beings. In my opinion, interpersonal communications is a relationship between individuals with the goal to accomplish a satisfactory bond and respect for each other. The goal of such communication has many facets, but yet the main goal is to accomplish an agreed plan of action and to act upon it. The heart of interpersonal communication is shared meanings between people. We don't just exchange words when we communicate. Instead, we create meanings as we figure out what each other's words and behaviors stand for, represent, or imply. Meanings grow out of histories of interactions between unique persons. Ramaja. My overarching goal is the need to listen effectively to ourselves and others. Stewart says, "A good listener, as one who is mindful of the wide spectrum of listening skills. Mindful listening is already a part of you. However, it does require a desire to listen. The necessity of listening is very important to yourself and to others. The need to listen to others ourselves is just as important to listening to others because of the impact we might have on the conversation. Too many times we find ourselves gravitating towards looking at our watch, television, and cellular phones and not paying attention to the one talking, even if we are the one talking. Mindful listening is very important to any conversation, but most important, it develops a sense of respect for each party involved." Madeline Burley Allen states that listening can be divided into 3 levels, and they are: Level 1, empathetic listening. One places themselves in others' position and attempting to see through their eyes. Level 2, hearing words, but not really listening. Number 3, listening in spurts, turning in and out. The author states that we should attempt to listen in level 1, but most people usually listen in all 3 levels, which disrupts the flow of conversation. Especially, most people listen in level 3. As I said before, they try to multitask instead of just listening to both themselves and to others. Throughout my journey during this course, I have become more aware of each conversation that I have with my spouse, children, family, and friends because of the responsibility to show respect. My major overarching goal is to listen to myself before I talk and to provide the utmost attention when I listen to others. James states, "My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to be angry." James 1:19. During the course, we also did a behavioral blend. We did 2 assessments from our book, How to Solve the People Puzzle, Understanding Personality Patterns by Carbonelli. He states, "Understanding personality patterns is one of the keys to improving your relationships and solving the people puzzle." He also states, "Learn how to read people like solving puzzle. Everyone has his or her own shape. People fit better in life where they are understood and comfortable. According to Hippocrates' view, Personality can be defined as an individual's unique, relatively consistent pattern of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. There are four temperament model of human behavior. The DISC model of human behavior describes the four basic temperament types. D type, which is direct, driving, decisive. An I type, inspiring, interactive, influencing. A C type, cautious, calculating, careful. And an S type, steady, stable, specialist. Everyone is a blend of the DISC behavior. In my slide, I show a diagram of how that is perceived. Excuse me. One of the assessments I did was to find my DISC score, and that was ISC. I, inspiring, interactive, influencing. S type, which is steady, stable, specialist, and a C type, cautious, calculating, and careful. Reflecting on our course's first discussion board, we conducted the DISC personality assessment, and from two graphs, I stated, Graph 2 would place me at less a leader and more of a follower, but as far as my public speaking, it was strongly suggested by this assessment that I would make a very good speaker. I pride myself on speaking well in front of a crowd, but at times I do feel intimidated when I am not well versed in the subject matter. Now, the positive influences from my blend would be inspiring, influential, impressive, inducing, empathetic, interested in people, quality, recognition, and friendly. I'm a very people person oriented, and I love to work with a diverse population. I am very goal-driven and work efficiently to accomplish the best end result. My negative influences would be contemplative, servant, complainant, security-oriented, cautious, calculating, depressed, calculating, and shy. I find myself not always trusting my peers and second-guessing their opinions. I also find that because of my PTSD, I am depressed and shy away from confrontational situations. During our first discussion board, we did complete my interpersonal communication skills assessment, and I scored an 88. The assessment stated the following. Your results indicate that you are extremely adept at interpreting other people's words and actions and seeing things from their perspective, which likely results in very few misunderstandings. You seem to realize that empathy is an essential part of a good interpersonal skill, and therefore will do your best to place yourself in other people's shoes in order to better understand them. You can generally get a good sense of what others are thinking and will likely adjust yourself accordingly if the people you're conversating with seem confused or perhaps uncomfortable. My background influences. I grew up in a very large Catholic Hispanic Kansas family, and being a child of 9, it was very hard to be accepted for who I was. I was definitely different from my other siblings because I was very shy and did not seek confrontation. The second youngest boy of 6 was very enjoyable, but at times I had to illustrate my toughness, and most of the time it ended up with me crying and running to my mother. I grew up very tough, and I had to fight for what I wanted. My positive influences was I was persistent. I'm a multitasker, resourceful, understanding, and creative. My negative was I was shy, unenthusiastic, a follower, trust issues, and uninterested. Potential barriers: emotion, sensitivity, time, listening to myself, confrontation, and environment. Eliminating the barriers, my emotions, provide support and empathy as needed. Sensitivity, view the situations through the eyes of others. Time, always make the necessary time to meet and make it a point to conclude a positive note. Listening to myself, remind myself to listen before I speak. Confrontation, Avoid confrontation when possible. Environment. Pick a comfortable environment to meet clients. Noise pollution. Internal noise pollution, stress, personal beliefs, physical distractions, and phobias. External noise pollution, audible noise, multitasking, environment, conversation tempo. How can I correct these? For internal stress, create a healthy environment enjoyable for all. Personal beliefs, keep mindful of your clients' beliefs and values. Physical distractions, dress professional and inform clients that personal appearance is important. Phobias, reinforce a healthy mental environment. External noise pollution solutions, audible noise, know your surroundings and limit outside noise. Multitasking, limit yourself to the conversation at hand. Environment, provide a pleasant and relaxing environment. Conversation tempo, provide a no loud voice zone. Action plan, build a trustworthy, honest, and long-lasting relationship. Create a safe and relaxing environment. Work on listening to myself before reacting, understanding the need that others have valid opinions. Relax and enjoy life. Love unconditionally. Matthew stated in 5:43-45. You have heard it that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be children of your Father in heaven. He causes his sun to rise on the devil, on the evil and the good, and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and have a great day. God bless.